Hello there, it's welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today I want to go a little bit over some of the systems that ShiftUp has kind of forgotten, right? We got the patch notes finally for the Christmas event. We're getting 2 new characters, a skin, Gunslinger, a volume. We thought she was like a witch or something, but we were wrong. It's a JRPG event. Looks pretty good, the update is nice, but then I kept reading, I was like, okay, what is the new treasure, right? Because we should be getting one already. And so I was like, okay, I guess we forgot about treasures, or the championship arena, or the liberation system, right? One copy of each character, they look great, they both look great. But I want to go over actually those 3 systems today. I want to go over the liberation, championship arena, and as well as the treasure system, the favorite items, whatever you want to call them out, right? Because ShiftUp always does the same thing where they introduce a cool system, a great system, a good idea, but the execution is just dog shit. They completely forget about it. They didn't forget about it, by the way. We always say that meme with the same thing, which is ShiftUp forgot about the system. No, they just don't care. Or maybe they're working on it, but just don't tell us. And that is the issue, in my opinion, where that we never get communication on ShiftUp's part when it comes to this update. So let's go over these 3 systems a little bit. I don't want to talk about quality of life today, because quality of life, I don't think we get enough, but we've been getting some great patches from time to time with, some quality of life. There is a lot of quality of life that I would like to see in the game. Hopefully overtime comes, even though it's been 2 years, but we shall see, right? We shall see. So today I want to focus a little bit on these 3 systems that I was talking about, starting with the treasures. I'm going to be looking to this side a lot for my notes, so I can show you guys these things, okay? So let me open this here. Let's open internet again, right? And let's put these here. So for those of you who don't know, okay, the treasure system was introduced to make old characters stronger. And that's a cool thing. Old characters become stronger, so okay, let's balance out some of these units that clearly need balancing. Right? There is a lot of characters in the game that need balancing. Plenty of them. So it's like, okay, that's a great system. It's a cool thing to introduce. This system was introduced in May 2024, so this year, May 2024, and there was 4 different characters only. It was Frima, Diesel, Exia, and Laplace. A great start, 4 characters. There was a couple issues with this system, but for the most part, it was a positive sentiment. For the most part, okay, for the most part, even though some people were calling it pay to win, myself included, and I still stand by that, but for some people, it was positive. I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine, right? This system, for the most part, the big issue it had is that how long it takes to upgrade these characters into a treasure unit, how little resources we get, and that with the constant influx of new units into the game, you will never, ever catch up. You will never be able to put a doll and level it up on all your characters. And this is something you'll see a lot recurring amongst the NIKKE systems. They always say, we want systems that will be long-term for the player, that will feel that you're building over time your account. The problem is they feel like shit. If you don't know how to design those systems, don't do them. Just make them that we can actually feel like we're upgrading our account. If I'm getting multiple dolls a month and I can get them to phase 15 on a purple doll, it feels good. If I can get 2, it doesn't feel that good because you release another 2 characters this month. So I need to always be picking up who I want to be putting them on, and I will never catch up. So it's kind of a weird situation with the treasures, but whatever. It was introduced in May 2024 for 4 random characters. It was cool. The second time we got an update for this system was for Viper, and this was a couple months afterwards, okay? This was May, and this was on July, because this was on the July patch, even though it was announced in June. We got a treasure for Viper. Now, the treasure for Viper was tied not only to the story, but to the summer event as well, and to a gacha skin. So it was big summer event, including Viper with the gacha skin, and there is also a treasure for her now. So the system that was initially designed to power up all characters now has importance on the story and the events, and also comes with more FOMO for the gacha skins, making it, kind of a sour taste in most people's mouths, considering how many characters there are that need to be fixed. But it's whatever. The treasure for Viper was decent. She's one of the good treasures. Her skin is amazing, even though it's $60. We don't talk about that. And the reception, for the most part, was pretty good because, people like Viper. She is a good wife. So all in all, those 2 times were like, all right, they updated the system on June or July. It's December, and there has been no upgrade ever since. Not a single word on Shift Up's part on when we're getting the next treasure. They haven't said anything. They didn't say we're delaying this, we're doing that. They haven't said absolutely anything on when the next one is going to be coming out. And that's where my problems come with everything they do, because they never tell you what the fuck is going on. Now, I'm going to put a different example for this, and that's going to be Brown Dust 2. I always compare the treasure system to the potential system in Brown Dust 2, because it's the same. It changes how the character's skill works, it changes the cost of their skills, it gives a bunch of stats, and it's included when it was out in like 2-3 months. They made this for every single costume in the game. In contrast to, for us, since May all the way to December, 5 characters have this treasure system. So we go back into the same thing, that Shift Up makes excuses with the long-term progression and only bothers their most loyal players, which is us playing every single day and wanting to actually progress our accounts. Casual players don't care about this, because well, they're just casuals, they log in for the new campaign, for the new event, and they're good to go. Which is completely fair, you know. I don't think that's a bad thing for casual players, it just pisses me off a little bit. So, treasure system, completely forgotten. First time release May 2024, second update July 2024, December, no update. Let's move into the next thing, and that is going to be the liberation system. And for that, we need to open once again our Google here and open this. So, for those of you who don't know, in January 2023, it was the first time we actually got the liberation system in place, and we got 3 characters in the system. 3 really cool looking characters, one of my favorite characters, Sefhi. If you go to the Real Kindness squad, as you can see, there is 3 characters plus the alt, but we don't count her. So these 3 characters were introduced in January 2023, and that's important to remember, by the way. So in January, we got these 3 characters, all pretty bad, and the initial reception of the system was mixed. Because for the most part, it was, okay, it's free characters, so we're not gonna complain too much. But it's also characters that are not good. Even when they were released more than a year ago, they weren't great characters. They were all pretty bad. The only character that has seen any use here is Guilty, because as a win DPS, we didn't have any more options. Quincy is a great healer, even though she is a decent healer if you want to use her, but that's it, right? And the new Quincy is amazing. So after those 3 characters, the first ever update they did was a couple months afterward, just like the treasure system. As you can see, a couple months afterwards, March 24, 2023, they introduced Nihilister into the liberation system. And Nihilister is one of the best designs they've done in the game. Super fucking cool. And she's one of the worst characters they've designed. Her kit is just disgusting. She's awful as a character. And the sentiment when she was introduced was pretty bad. Because at this point in time, a few months after the release of the game, people were still stuck on the 160 wall. And you were telling them that to unlock this character, they needed to beat chapter 20. Not only that, but then also would have to wait 2 months to get the character on their accounts. So the sentiment when this came out, as you can see, a lot of people were complaining. It's time to retire, reason to stop finally. Literally, most of the comments here, and I will leave all of the links in the description later down below, were negative. There are some few positive comments, of course, but for the most part, this was not well received. And there was plenty of reasons for this. The liberation system is a system that was supposed to alleviate a little bit, the acquisition of SSR characters, but in reality, it only made it a pain in the ass where most people didn't even want to bother with it for 3 months to get a free unit. So, all in all, it was a great idea, but a poor execution once again. Now, after Nihilister came out, they never updated this system again. This was March 24, 2023. We've seen plenty of heretics in the game. We've never seen any update to the system. The last thing about the liberation system that nobody likes is the acquisition of dupes for this, because you only get them with currency for the union rates. Now, personally, I don't spend this currency because my copium is so high that I'm waiting for Liberalio or Indivilia to be added into this shop, which most likely will never happen. But I'm waiting. I have some good copium right here. As you can see, almost 10 copies. When she comes out, she's core 7. But this shop was never updated, the system was completely forgotten, and they have never once mentioned what they plan on doing with this, if there's going to be an update or not. So we cycle back into the same issue as the treasure system. No word from Shift Up on what they plan on doing. So we're left hanging out in the middle of nowhere without any type of information or what we should be doing. And that's what people don't like about these things. So all in all, the liberation system, as a great idea as it is, was kind of forgotten. Now let's move into the best one, and that's everyone's favorite, the Championship Arena. And I have to open a few things here, so give me a second. Let's open right here, okay? So I need to open these 4 developer nodes. I'm going to be using Pridewen, God bless Pridewen. Championship Arena, for those of you who don't know, it's a button that's been here since day one, right? Day one, every time you click on Arena, you saw a button right here. Championship Arena, locked, is not here, right? So it's like, okay, it's coming soon. This has been preparing since day one, more than 2 years at this point. We never really cared because it's like, all right, whatever, they might be working on it. The problem is that they've been saying, oh guys, we're releasing this soon. Oh guys, we're working on this. Oh guys, there's been a delay. Oh, there's another delay, by the way. And this is constantly, every single time. So let's go over every single time that they have mentioned the Champion Arena on the developers node. The first time was on June 2023. Okay, if I go here and I go Champion Arena, as you can see, they said they were not updating Championship Arena this time because there was an issue with Special Arena and Rookie Arena. So they first had to fix it. They never said anything else on this. They were like, okay, we don't know when we'll be actually putting out Champion Arena. Nothing else they say. They were only talking about the adjustment to Arena, which is still pretty bad, by the way, but that's a topic for another video. So once again, June 2023, first time they mentioned it. When was the second time they talk about it? May 2024 is the second time that they actually mentioned Champion Arena. We plan to update the Champion Arena in September. Champion Arena is designed for commanders who enjoy competitive game modes and want to achieve a higher ranking in a special arena. This mode will allow you to use a wider variety of characters, right? Okay, great. So we wait until September. But then we go into July. And then they are like, hey, we're still working on this, all right? Development of Champion Arena has been progressing smoothly, but more time than planned might be required for Q&A to ensure higher content completeness. We all know how Shift Up does Q&A, so let's not talk about that. But still, everything on time. This update might occur after September. Now, as you know, and you're watching this video, it's December, so let's go into the September patch notes and find Champion Arena. Champion Arena update delay. Unfortunately, the Champion Arena update that was scheduled for September has been postponed to October. What is the October update on this? They forgot. They were like, nah, who cares? We ask for your understanding as we take a bit more time to ensure that we deliver high quality content. Now, I have 0 issues on the team taking time to ensure that this works. 0 issues. The problem is you are never honest. You're always being put in some random fucking excuses as to why you're delaying it. Just remove this button. Nobody gives a fuck about this button. Remove it. When it's ready, it's ready. Don't tell us we're working on this and then delay 30 times for more than 2 years, right? Just remove it. When it's done, it's done. We don't care. Same for the liberation and for the treasures. Just tell us what the plan is and stick to it. If you say you're getting a treasure every 3 months or every 6 months and then you don't do it, it's your word. If you release liberation and for more than a year you forget about it, it's like, what are we even supposed to do with this, right? Honestly, just a bit of a rant video talking about these systems because they kind of pisses me off that a lot of people defend NIKKE for great things. NIKKE has good things. When it comes to content, the back-to-back, constant event, constant things to do, the character personalities and designs, it's 10 out of 10. The rest of NIKKE is subpar. Constant content, music, and the gameplay itself is carrying this game because the rest is subpar compared to almost any other gacha with fan service on there. So it's like a kind of a pain in the ass every time that they're doing these things. Also, to clarify, but as usual, when I make these videos, I make them because I like this game clearly, right? By my level account and by how many videos I've made, more than 1,000 videos on this game at this point, probably, that we've made. I have like 1,000 videos. So also, by the way, 7,000 subscribers, appreciate it. Thank you, bossos, love you all. I don't know why you enjoy watching a random Spanish boss or ranting about video games, but love you all. So that's it. Just kind of pisses me off even though I love this game. That said, we're gonna be live later as usual playing video games. Feel free to come by. This week we're gonna be streaming a lot of Girls Online 2 and Path of Exile. Come hang out. All that said, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully we get updates soon for all of these systems and Shift Up doesn't keep delaying them. That said, have a great day, bossos. Good luck with your pool generates. I'll see you in the next one.
役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。